Toke.
Easy. Yes. We almost all started at the same time. And there was an era where we were single, music, TV. And look at us here, parents.
Yes, parents.
Parents and podcasters.
Somewhat grown up. Somewhat grown up.
Can you believe that we're the parents now? We're the people who trusted us to do such. Hey!
Wow.
Father.
But you know what? I think everyone's doing a good job.
Yeah,
a great job,
so.
actually.
I mean, I just started, so I don't know if you can mark my script yet.
You're doing well so far.
Yeah.
You're doing well so
How's
far.
it been though?
Very interesting, honestly. I think for me, more mental than anything else. Like the mental struggle in getting back to who I am, you know, has been quite challenging, but I'm grateful for work and distractions and the gym because I thug it out in there. I'm in the gym crying, just letting out all the steam. And, you know, I'm beginning to accept that I might not be the old me anymore, but I'm welcoming this new me.
You need to accept that.
I was going to say,
You need to
6
accept
years,
that.
7 years in now.
7 years. Going to be 8 years at the end of this year. Yeah.
And
So
is she right in saying you won't be the same person?
you'll
ever?
never be the same, but it's
Bro, guy, you know, Coxing. I see this welcoming the new you, the new me kind of mentality. And guy, you get some changes where you just notice for your body like this. You just say, good boy, guy. Wait, I will just look mirror. I will just see what I say. I will just say, bro, this era of all black hair don't go.
not necessarily a bad thing because one of the things that I realized after I became a mom is it's just weird how there was you before the kids and then you after the kids. So after I became a mom, it felt like every cell in my body had a part of like my kids. So in terms of everything I was thinking about, I just there was a massive shift in how I thought about things. And at first I was like, what is going on? It took me a while to kind of get like a good balance on everything. I think because I was in denial. So I didn't really feel that I had changed that much. But then when I, sat down and thought about it and realized, okay, I have changed and it's not a bad thing. But according to research, it takes women a few years to get back to kind of like close to where they were after having kids. But I guess it's different for different women. Yeah.
I think my YOLO effect. You know how before I'm like, let's go. I
can't YOLO.
I can't YOLO anymore.
As
I
a
find
parent.
myself thinking about her
all the time.
And it's like, is it healthy to think about this one
So I have a question about this. Do you feel like...
Sorry.
Yes, go ahead.
We've never even told them.
We've not introduced ourselves. Sorry, please.
These are
already
like
ready.
This episode is going to be long.
people like gist, and everybody is still likes gist. But anyway, it's still mentality with Ebuka and of course Banky W here. But it's a special edition. When we launched this show last year, I got a lot of feedback from women saying, we have a lot to say as a right of reply or whatever it is that you guys have been saying. Your mouth was very sharp. You in particular. But we also have gotten a lot of people telling us, I like what you guys are doing, but there's some things we want to clarify, or we want an opportunity to actually now ask men questions from our perspective. I don't know if we're ready for that.
You guys are not ready for why are you like that? Why are you guys like that?
Yeah. We have Toke Makinwa and Tolu Onirudemure
Tease.
Yeah.
with
Thank you
us.
very much.
Thank you for being here today.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us.
And you were going to ask now, Banky.
So my question was, along the lines of what we were talking about, is there a challenge when you become a parent to not losing yourself or your relationship? Because like with Susu and I, we still try to prioritize like date nights. But then you find that you go on date nights and the first thing that you are...
Nanny cam.
It's not even nanny cam. Even your conversation, you're like, and then you're talking about Zaya or Hezekiah. Like, they take up so much of your world. So how do you navigate, like, still being a mom? I mean, I even said mom. Still being a wife or work or anything else, like, without, like, do you feel like a need to, and I guess it's to both of you because you've both been parents longer.
Yeah.
Like, do you feel like, you know what I mean?
I'm going to. Is this a safe space?
It's a safe space.
You should.
We cannot vouch for the comment section.
You know what? I can trust Ebuka. Ebuka, like next week, I'll be like, oh, that's how you said this. I'll be like, anyways, so I have to be very honest. I think I struggled, just getting the right balance, being like a wife, being like a mom, and then also doing what I do, like, career wise. So it was a bit of a struggle. And again, I think it was because I was in denial. But then I also hadn't done that before. I hadn't done this whole thing before. So I just was like, oh, this is what it's supposed to be like.
Yeah.
And then there was a time that, you guys.
This, I don't see this part, really like directly, because none of us don't born for a Abby. Anybody don't born for a.
Cax na father now. You whining.
So I which one I want to ask now, see. I know, see, you like our siblings, right? I don't know if any is. I know Cax has a sibling that is married and has kids, but Eniola, I don't know if you have siblings that are married with kids. Do you have any?
But I get close guys who see they get married.
So my question now, see, what has been your biggest, like, I know, when you don't sabi person, you don't familiar with person, and all of a sudden the person becomes a parent, right? So what have you observed that, or what was it that you struggled with the most accepting when your sibling became a mom or a parent? And like now, like this season of, like, what have you noticed that has changed for you over time? Maybe your relationship with them, that's kind of things that you're just surprised about, you know.
Oh, me? So personally, I feel like, like I have guys and I have people that I'm very close to that. We're guys, like we're very, very, we're close, but they got married. And when they just got married, I just had that reality check that it is their wife first, their family first before me. Right. And when the kids started coming in, there is no how earlier any responsible man who prioritize his guy before his family. Right.
Yeah,
That's to be family
exactly.
first. And I think like the thing is that even if you as a friend or like as a brother or whatever, you shouldn't start to see that person as an enemy. Start to see that person as, oh, this person is having more responsibilities, which is not easy for the person, right? So the person has to prioritize. We even have some instances where like some of them even prioritize like their own goals for the expense of like the responsibility of their child. You get. So I just feel like if you have that like foresight of, oh, this person doesn't. So I usually tell people that when responsibilities start hitting on someone, the person doesn't love you less. The person doesn't hate you at all. It's just that the weight is a lot on the person. That's why the person cannot create time for you. But it doesn't mean that when you guys talk, the person doesn't tell you. Not everybody likes to open up about like the burdens they are carrying or the responsibilities that children are, right? But just having that foresight as the other person from the other lens, having that perspective, seeing that, okay, this person is still my guy, but they have a responsibility. Their wife, their child in that order, before even any other person, even their own personal family first. Like they have a nuclear family which they have to protect and provide for. And I feel like if you just have that foresight, it begins to like it's not something that you fight against. You just let it be. When they have your time, no wala. When they don't have your time, no wala. You get. So that's what I think for me.
Yeah, I agree. Like, what about you, Cax?
Yeah, so when my siblings started giving birth, was there much change? Yeah, there was the little changes there, but I don't go to their place like that, so I don't really see much. But I have a friend that we used to talk regularly. Then every weekend we're on the phone, like from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m., 12 p.m. Like if you talk like 6 hours straight. So but when the guy got married and started and gave birth to his daughter, all those conversations reduced and so I know now he has things to like, he has like priorities now, more important things ahead of him than we just talking about future plans and all those things. So now that he has responsibilities in front of him, his daughter and his wife. So my kind of person adjust to things so far. So when I need that as a child, I know we can't talking like how we used to do. So both adjusted to each other and new life plans and And let me say, my siblings, they do the only thing is, I don't, was there any much? No, I don't ask them for financial help like that. So um, there was no much change. Just the only change in my story was that now the kids were more important than if I think Alpha, I need this thing more. Let me first source my child P before if it's stop there, I'll get back to you. So which that was like once in a while situation. So yeah.
Yeah, it's very strange, like saying, because for me it still feels very strange. But today my sister sent me a video of her daughter like in the room scattering things, because she came back to the room, she see everywhere don't scatter. She was not showing us a video of how that she left the girl with everything intact too. She come back to see everything don't scatter. Like, and I was looking at that video, I was like, this guy actually don't born. Oh." You know, like
That's
the
normal
reality is
now.
still something that I'm still trying to wrap my head around it, that one more. This one that I grew up with, we dey play together, we dey do everything. And now this person just has like a different life of their own, like that that I'm not even directly, involved in. But man, it's just a mad shift too. It's a mad shift, like adjusting to that life. But I mean, everybody goes through it. Even no friends say, uh, I feel like with friends say like that, even that stuff alone, that's like kind of killed a lot of friendships, like because people get married, they have their own kids, they're thinking of a different thing. And to be honest with you, I even feel like the persons don't want to even like converse with you, especially if like they just in a different place, right? Like they have kids, and they I feel like they relate more with people that are in that same headspace with them, in terms of
Yeah,
like family and all that stuff. But if you're just someone that maybe never get on family, I feel like they tend to always like look at the person a certain way, you know, because the person, they don't really relate on that level. So I feel like even that thing alone say don't scatter a lot of relationships and friendships. But I mean, it's just circle of life. Circle of life.
it's life for you.
I'll tell you.
Guys knew me before before your friend colonized me and everything.
Cheers to colonizing.
So you knew me before I got married. You knew me before I became a mom and everything. And I just remember there was one day that I was out. I think I was out with some friends, or I can't remember. And then they asked me, "Oh, so what do you like doing in your spare time?" And I was like, And I literally couldn't answer, because I literally it was just wife, mom, wife, mom, wife, mom. And I just was like, that's not great. So at the beginning, I can understand when you're like very, very into, I mean, you've got to keep this little thing alive and thrive and everything. But then I think, and as a woman, I will say that it's very, very important to do the things that you used to do. I don't think you will ever be who you were before, but you can be close to, or you can be like a new version.
But you can be better.
Yeah, absolutely. You can be better. You can be better. So if you think about it, and I always use this example just to illustrate things. So there are a lot of guys out there that maybe do five-a-side football every weekend, every weekend. Like they've been doing it for years with their guy friends and everything. And when they get married, when they become dads, they still do the five-a-side football.
Yeah.
I
think it's easy for men to do that, though. Yes. When I see a lot of couples, and this is not trying to think that men don't have it worse, because I don't know the struggles of being a parent and what it's like for a man. But I feel like men's life I don't see it change so drastically. Because even I see friends who would be like, she's taking care of the kids, she's gone to the gym, and I'm like, oh, yeah.
You see, like this is.
Are you even whining?
No, she no, but the thing is that what she's saying, there's a point there, right? But the point is, as men, as men that are trying to build our own families and stuff, like I feel like it's on us to actually change that narrative of some of these things. Like, imagine now the story she's talking about, like, oh, men they play football, they can go out and go and play with their friends. I mean, the woman too can go and do her own thing while the man is maybe taking the care of the child at that time, and the woman can go and do her own thing, that kind of thing. So, like, I just feel like, this thing is something that even men say, like, we can decide that we want to change the narrative of those things, because it doesn't. I've heard a lot of men saying this thing, and it doesn't really make sense. Like, if that thing is continually like a continuous trend where women feel like they have to pause their lives and stuff, but they can still do their own things as long as the men decide that, oh, we can be present, like in taking care of the child, like the upbringing of the child, those kind of changing diapers, waking up at night, doing everything like with the woman. Like, it should be a partnership, more, not like a thing of, oh, now one person get this one, the other person, really concerned of that kind of thing. So I just feel
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it's on us, sure.
Yeah, I think what you said is right. I feel like, okay, like for example now, her ex-husband cheated on her. So like there's
Oh,
something that's
you really did?
yeah, it did.
Ah.
Yeah. So I think like there's something like all these things do to like so let me tell you the way like the human mind works. So you see, like nobody's born with negative experiences. Nobody I won't
Mm,
preview Cax as a bad person, neither
mm,
will I preview Toby. But the moment Cax does something that pains me, right?
mm,
My internal mechanism is to guide myself well. So let's say like now me and Toby become friends, and Toby should do something, even though Toby does not have that intent to do
mm,
up to what Cax did. But because of my internal mechanism has already built against what Cax did, it's now
mm,
2x. So Toby will now have to prove 2x of that thing. And that's what happens to most women. Like most women, like when they give, women are vulnerable when
mm,
they love. So when they give
mm,
themselves
yeah,
out, when they love you,
mm,
and you now do something that hurts them, they will now raise
mm,
those walls 4x. And those walls they're raising is not even to protect you, it's to protect themselves. But the problem is that the next guy that is now coming on board will have to work 10x than you
yeah,
that just had free
yeah,
pass. So
yes,
like I
yes,
can understand how it comes here, like because now they feel like, oh, men are not when it comes to childbearing. I understand that, yeah, it's the women that carry the babies, and I was see, I will never in my life downplay how great a woman is. Like bring it, see, it's
mm,
not easy to carry another being inside you,
yeah, yeah,
right? But I
mm,
feel like the problem is most of these ladies nowadays are not they're not meeting supportive guys. They're not meeting guys that know what it takes,
yeah,
what it
that's
means to be a leader, what it means to be a priest, what it means to be a husband, a father, a
mm,
friend. Most importantly, friend. Because I feel like if you guys are friends, like even when the child comes, it's not going to be as a burden on her. She can be free. I know
yeah,
guys,
yeah,
right? I know guys that when their wives put to bed, give birth, their wives are just cruising. They were even the ones carrying most of the load, and they're not. The wives are just chilling. I mean, minus to breastfeed and everything. You get so like
mm,
if you get a supportive guy, a guy that knows how to take care of baby, bathe the baby,
mm,
put the baby to
mm,
bed, cuddle the baby.
mm.
Women don't come and be saying these kind of things now,
Yeah, yeah,
but it's because of
exactly.
like
That's what I'm saying.
because we already have like the
Yeah,
bad impression that they are not supportive
yeah,
men. They're not men. They're not men. Let me just summarize like my pastor said. There are no men that are willing to be men. Most of the men won't be women. Because you as a man, in your masculinity, if you can uphold what it takes to be a father, what it means to be a man,
mm,
support
mm,
her. Women, see, if you show a woman that you can be a strong support pillar, she will lean into your masculinity like mad. And
mm,
the way she go compliment you with her feminine energy, una go just the cruise. You get so
mm.
that's what I have to say.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Yeah, I just feel like, man, we need to change that narrative, honestly, because I'm just tired of hearing that thing. Like,
Guy.
even when they post their lives, I'm like, wait, is it that what exactly is going on? Is it that the men cannot like, I know that, yeah, maybe we're over generalizing and stuff, but like, okay, the few ones that are like, we supposed fit change that narrative of like, when the child from the child when the child is born, take it upon ourselves to be involved, do all the little things, even the ones we know little, just they are supportive as you can, No be saying only one person could carry picking the back picking. Many say
Guy.
they feel back picking. Nothing
Guy.
DJ. Ah,
Nah, they
So
call them they call them gender roles in marriage. Now, waiting some people they practice. There's no gender in any
the
marriage. Oh.
the thing we say some men they don't too they deep rooted into this
Yeah,
African man
traditional man.
mm,
You will
mentality.
cry.
bro, God bless
So
you.
So
Don't
me,
hit them.
my dad was on. My dad, an African man. Well, whenever my mom see travel, he cooks for us when we were kids.
Mm-hmm.
To travel, no auntie or no uncle they can't stay with us. They go cook. They go cook for us. And when auntie she won't come during the weekend, he will do lunch, dinner, and everything for us. Fried rice, all this English breakfast and stuff, bacon,
Papa, they make
baked
English
beans, and all those things.
breakfast. Wow.
You
An
said,
intentional father. I say, Papa, they make English
yeah, so
breakfast. What an intentional father.
yeah.
I'm telling you.
When we were a kid. So now I did very love you now. I mean,
Yeah.
that be children.
That's why now where you now that's why you picked all those things from now.
So so thing say because I've seen some guys who be saying they'll tell you like, "Ogbeni, okay, I'll say over the weekend I was having some conversation with some guys because we went for a baby shower, so we're there till like 12 a.m. and when they went to the club. So, but that's not the conversation, sure. During the baby shower, so guys were just saying that I know why go they follow woman, every man they do all those things like I say, what's the big deal?
Seriously? Are you
Nothing
serious?
special there. Yeah, some guys, all those guys, I met them at the venue. They are still kind of in
Wow.
that
Are you
mentality. I'm
serious?
African man, and so more.
Hey.
So they say me, the way me I grew up and the way I saw things are around me, my
Mm-hmm.
uncles, my sisters, so their husband, they help them do cares, do baby cares. When they had the first child, second child, third child, and all my niece and nephew, their father played. It might not be as up to the mother's care level, but if mother is breastfeeding, this one is doing and that thing, and just to make it very soft. And also me myself, I also involved in my sister's that early stage of childbearing, like helping them to express milk from their breast and put inside cup and feed the bottle and to keep in the fridge and give the baby later. Baby starts crying and stuff like that. Even the funniest thing was that when we were giving birth to the second grandchild in the family, I was in the theater with my elder sister. So all those child bearing, all those stress. Me as a person, no, I'm not trying to come and say I'm a good girl. This thing, but if I have a woman that's pregnant, all those are not big deal to me because I've done it. I've changed diapers. I've washed
Yeah.
child growing up, washed their house in their potty and wash their clothes, change them. You know, sometimes I say that my sister will go out together. Now me go carry the baby bag. Now me go oh yeah, you dey enjoy yourself. Or just happy change the diaper and do all those things. So
Yeah. And that thing we that like, just that thing say like the support we the give like you're giving her, I'm sure she'll be so grateful.
all those things are. But so the teacher job will say we as the upcoming men and fathers, some of us need to change our mentality about that
Yeah.
African man because some guys have already abused that word. That you see that at their traditional men, they will not provide for the house. They will take it to another level. They know urgent took it for house, no good job. They will with money. So because our fathers, they okay, then the African men, well, they see showing that will support in their own way, like financially, they active, they drop bad, drop money and stuff. But
And
life
that
don't
bar,
change.
bro, is that
We're
bar?
not tonight. We went out to 1980 or 1990 or 1970. This is 2026. So
Yeah.
you need to, so if you want to have, you want to have a nice home, I think you need to, you have
Yeah,
wife
that
on deck.
I agree.
There's no, now
That
man work,
rules.
now man work to cook. Now man, anybody who first come house, if now they cook food, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Now man come, woman food, bro.
Mm.
Go help everybody here.
Amen. Because the funny thing, I was discussing with my uncle just before this call, like, and he was talking about. I was telling him how that he didn't even know that I was observing. Because anytime I call the guy, he's always if I call him in the morning, he's usually in the car with his kids going to go and drop them at school. Ah, I saw that thing. I was, every time, anytime I call him in the morning, and I noticed that thing every time. This guy, anytime I call him, I was here picking for inside background. He's going to go and drop them in school. At first, to be honest with you, when I first started the CDT, I was like it's very strange. I've never seen, like, personally, I don't know anybody, like, I don't know personally that has done it. I know obviously my dad used to do, like, he would drop us in school and stuff, but, like, other than that, like, I've not really seen, like, examples of, like, somebody doing. So when he was doing, I was like, well, that it's very rare for me to see a man that would be that intentional about going to go and drop his speaking for school and stuff. So he was not telling me how that,
Again,
see those little things that he's doing,
one of
that
the
is because,
just as well. I'm about the guy go to school every
yeah.
morning. The guy go to school every morning. Every morning you go park, say, make enter the school.
Yeah.
Before you
Because
come on,
see, his point was that most men think that, like, like you were saying, the African, like, a lot of men, like, are still
national man.
holding on to the African traditional. So a lot of them don't know
Yes.
that it's not just about money that is being present. You're not just present by being a present dad by just giving money. And the word he said, another thing that he found disgusting is the fact that a lot of these men, they will give money, oh, but they will can't give the mama the money. Say make the mama give the pikin the money. So that's why he said that in the older age, what he noticed that when parents have aged, he noticed that there's more support for the women because he felt like the women were the most caring and supportive ones, or present rather. Meanwhile, the man was actually the one giving the woman the money, but it was just that it was not giving, was probably not even giving her the kids directly, but it was giving them through the woman. So that's another problem in
So
itself.
that one you just said now, I'll forward that to the mothers because men will give the wife money. So some wives will so them tell that
Yeah.
your daddy said this is your money. Like you let them know that you thing say because
Oh,
I,
yeah,
I
yeah, the
watched
communication, yeah.
I watched I watched a like a podcast this thing last week. The
Mm,
lady said that if the man is always up and down, going out to make money, traveling and stuff to make money for your family. You as a wife is your job to let the kids know that all these things you're enjoying, all this your PS5, your PS2, your
mm,
PS1, is that
mm.
they're buying it. It's not just leaving the house to go and
Yeah,
play.
true,
It's
true.
going up and down to make you know that to make you have a
Mm,
good life that you're enjoying now. But things
yeah,
say
yeah,
some
yeah, for
women
sure.
now in our parent generation
Mm,
they always want to paint the father as a bad man. That's why you see that our parent generation, some kids don't like their father, and
mm,
it's I blame them to the wife because they want to take the glory because
mm,
if you tell your child that you died their body, somebody to this one,
mm-hmm.
subconsciously the child will shoot papa more love and attention.
Yeah, I like
And
that point, sure. I like that point.
some mothers no one made that picking they don't
Yeah.
want to lose that love. So they'll try and paint the father
But
in a
but
bad image and
mm, but I don't think that
yeah,
what if I don't think that some of them are not necessarily actually trying to might not necessarily be intentionally painting the dad as a bad person. But I
and
just think that they're not
but
communicating that the dad is
yeah,
actually
yeah,
the one.
because what I'm saying is that
Yeah.
you as the mother, you should let the child know that almost
Yes, 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 100%. Yeah, communicate.
this
Yeah,
t-shirt that I bought for
yes,
you.
yes, yes.
Even if you want to be in the picture, your dad and I bought it
Yeah,
together.
yeah, 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 yeah. Exactly,
Yeah,
exactly.
because my siblings, if they might be my niece and nephew, if their parent buy them something, they
Mm,
don't know who bought it. If
mm.
the other one I carry this income, you want
Mm.
my eye bought it for you guys should enjoy it. So they don't know who bought this. I don't know about now, but
Yeah,
before I left
yeah.
Nigeria, they
Uh-huh.
don't know who is buying this for them or who didn't buy something for them.
Mm.
So, and that's kind of family I grew up in.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah. I
um,
agree. I love that kind of setting because it doesn't create like those kind of weird sibling dynamics where one sibling now can even start, like, they can even be fight quarrel between the siblings themselves because one person is feeling that maybe Popsy, like, the dad is being more affectionate towards them or is showing them more love in terms of like resources than the other person, that kind of thing. So one is like, oh, is mom and dad are the ones that bought you this thing, or is your dad,
the
is me
funny
and
thing
your
say
dad that bought you this
that
thing?
kind of thing,
Mm,
the kind of thing with the course now say if they make the picking later either papa if my buy say I'm not bought you this, mother bought you this. The
mm,
child will enter uni and say, my dad is a deadbeat father. And whereas it's your dad that give your mom the money to
mm,
buy that thing that she claimed that she bought for you with her own
mm,
money.
mm.
So
obviously the child will find videos online, because you find videos that will be saying, oh, if your dad hasn't bought something for you. Meanwhile, the dad has been buying. I just see one person just didn't communicate that, oh, it's actually, two of us that are providing this thing for you, or is your dad that provided this thing for you, that kind of thing. So it's yeah, that's like they just need, it needs to be communicated for sure. Like I 100% agree with that one. And even if, like, it's even best if it's like, oh, it's both of us, that is your parents that bought it for you, your parents that provided this for you, so that you know that, okay, like you said, that nobody knows where it's coming from exactly. It's not that one person is buying. That doesn't mean that, okay, they cannot personally, individually buy you something from somewhere, but as a collective, they should be, it should be one front on those provision front, because you don't want any form of division, that kind of thing. So 100%, I agree.
You probably need to go to the gym too, but she can't make that time out, because if she does, who's going to be with the kid? But the guy will find a way to still sleep in a separate room because the mom has to nurse the baby. So I don't think it's the same struggle, but I might be wrong.
Like,
I also think that, wait, I also think that when it comes to who is expected to give something up, generally it's the woman. So if, for example, before, you had kids, before you got married, whatever, if maybe you love dancing, maybe dancing is like what feeds your soul, what keeps you alive. I think as much as possible, you should find some time to do that. Still do that.
I think you guys are right, to be honest, because I mean, thinking back to my kid is 10 this year.
Wow.
And I know, right?
Teenage years coming.
Like you guys said, I think we all sort of were just figuring it out when it happened. Yes, thankfully we live in a country where there's help, whether it's family or, whatever else. So we have it maybe a little easier than other people would.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, you lived in America for a year plus with a newborn.
Yep.
And I know how you were when you came back.
Bruh.
You were like,
I said, I need to go to Lagos. I need to leave this place.
you didn't realize how much you missed Lagos until that. You know?
What?
So on that level, yes, there's help. So it makes things a little easier. But there's no denying the fact that in that moment when all is said and done, the woman gives up a lot more. Or is expected to give up a lot more. I mean, not everybody has the luxury of giving up, because some people have to get back to work 2 weeks after. I was at the women's conference recently where I think it was
in this Nigerian system. Bro, how will someone give birth today and you expect the person to resume work that same month?
Who's America now? America is like how many weeks? Maybe 4 weeks out. America is fucked up now. But
wait,
that's
in America.
No, America is fucked up. America, they get. I don't think they have up to 30 months maternity leave.
Jesus Christ.
In UK, you can take 1 year, 6 months.
Yeah, even yes, like, but man, it's insane, honestly. Like that, even that one alone save is kind of problematic. Like the fact that you don't even give the chance, the opportunity for the child to bond, and the mom to bond with the child, or even the dad to have some bonding time with the child. But man, so how are you expecting that you're supposed to nurture the child, like, right? But somehow we still find a way to do it. And thankfully, like you said, we live in a country where, or Nigeria is a country where we have help from relatives, maybe grandma, uncles, aunts to come around, those kind of things. So unlike if you're abroad, the help is kind of shrinking, because how many people do you know? Except maybe you get like solid church, like members from church come through, all this kind of things. So I mean, but it's just messed up, man. Like without that's short period of time between giving birth and just going back to work. Like, come on, it's just ridiculous.
Lolo, the OAP, who said she went back to work 2 weeks after she gave birth.
You're lying.
Yeah, because she.
And I think I'm having a tough time.
And this is radio. You both have done radio. You know how tasking radio is. Like, you're there. She was with her baby there, breastfeeding, but she had to go back to work.
Crazy.
So some people men can go back to work, but men don't go back with the baby, or rarely do.
Yeah.
At least in this part of the world. So it's a fact that, I guess the adjusting is harder on that side. What I think happens with men is, you mentioned denial there, and it was very interesting to me. I know that for a long time, I wasn't sure why certain things needed to be stopped. Whether I was with marriage or with being a parent, you just felt like, we'll figure it out as we go along. But it took a lot of being conscious to who your partner is or what your partner needs. And of course, my wife, Cynthia, reminding me like, it's me and you inside this thing, right?
Now we follow on this.
And then that's when your guys are saying, no, we know they see you again outside.
Yeah.
It now becomes a case of, now, wow, madam has carried you away.
Yeah.
Which some guys see as a weakness. Because you're no longer that guy. But then it's also because you started a family and the priorities have shifted.
Yeah.
And you then have to consciously be there. If not, sometimes it's, you now have a resentful partner or a kid who's not necessarily brought up with in the kind of wholesomeness that you want, or it leads to the end of the entire situation, if at all. So I totally agree. How was it for you?
So I think for me, I've always prioritized being a present dad. So, and also because I know that like the women carry the baby, right? Like you go through so much with birth, the pregnancy period and the labor and the delivery. And in seeing all of that, I don't think a man can really look at all of that. And then after the child is there,
more like should.
Or I don't think a man should.
Because men do.
Look at all of that. And then after the child now comes, you're now saying, I leave you with your children and I'll go out and do. So I always tried to prioritize being there as much as possible. Also from the standpoint of realizing that as a dad, your superpower is really just in being present. Like just being there, you can be a superhero to this little human who thinks you're the greatest person in the world. So I think
not enough for you.
Well, obviously there are other things like providing and all of that, but I think you hear stories all the time, or at least maybe I hear stories all the time of people whose fathers provided but were never present, and something ends up being missing. So I never wanted to be the kind of dad that paid for everything but never showed up. So I changed the diapers. I woke up and fed them. 100%.
So I did that. Like you were saying about at birth. Once Cynthia gave birth, she's like, okay.
And my wife expressed because, and it was for me, it was important to do that because otherwise you are never going to sleep. So express into the bottle and let's get this baby with still breast milk, but let's get this baby fed from the bottle as quickly as possible so that when it's my shift, you can rest and I can just do everything until it's time for you to get up and do yours.
I looked kind of shocked because I was watching the Nelly and Ashanti show where Nelly publicly said, I will do everything, but I ain't going to change this diaper.
We don't believe in that.
And I was like, wow, national TV, where you literally say, I'll provide the nannies, I'll pay for this, I'll do that. And I feel like a lot of men have that mentality. So it's very interesting to see, you guys say that you will get dirty, change the diapers and do all of that. It's very interesting.
I think to be honest, sorry, go on.
Yeah, I think
she's saying Nelly, I don't know if you guys watched that, maybe see the clip or something. I didn't see it, sure. But I feel like I don't agree. I don't buy into you not doing it yourself as a dad, right? Like changing the diaper and stuff. But if you're able to provide systems in place that can actually do it, right? Like maybe through nannies or whatever, and you're overseeing it, right? I still feel like that still works. But I wouldn't do it, Sha.
I don't think
Personally, no,
I don't think it's the same thing.
Allegedly, Sha.
I don't think it's the same thing.
I just wouldn't do it.
I was reading a book and the author was saying that when a man gets married, him and his wife get tights like this, right? Then when a child comes in, the woman tends to detach from the man, focus more on the child. Because women, they are.
Wait, you said the woman. Wait, you said the woman what?
The woman tends to detach emotionally a bit from the man and focus more on the child, right? And I feel like that's where the whole traditional men now get it wrong, because your wife has detached from you, maybe to focus on the child. You feel that your own mentality as a man is to go and hunt, provide, but you are also meant to design your own emotional connection with that child as well. And
Mm-hmm.
how do you create emotional connection with that child if you don't do the mundane things? Because it's mundane things that emotions that if you say you love a babe, not be by okay, you guys are going on dates, that's cute. But it's the mundane things, laundry, shopping, writing together. That's where the love, that's where the connection is actually built. That's so it
Mm,
appears to in love like with children as well. Right? Like
mm,
is when like me, like when I was growing up, there's something my dad did that were crazy to me. Like I remember like when I was in foot swimming, I wanted to change to Bowen. My dad came. When I came back to Abuja, he followed me, left work. That thing was mundane, but I mean, when I look back, I'm like, oh, this is solid, man. Like, you left your work, followed me. So it's in those mundane things
mm,
that the connection is
mm-hmm.
built. So I get the fact of outsourcing. I get the fact that outsourcing can be cute and you overseeing it, but call it that be, it cannot be like when you are
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
And I feel like I mean, there's a stage to which you can do it. I feel like maybe early ages, like maybe from when your child is like 0 to 5, I feel like you should be deeply involved. Maybe from like 5,
Yeah.
you can begin to do the whole outsourcing, right? But I feel like
Mm,
this thing is about because I feel like you don't want to miss the early stage growth of your child. It is very,
yeah,
very
yeah.
important because that's where connection is built. Most people that are
Mm,
suffering from trauma, most people that are bruised today is because within the early stage of their existence on this earth, one
mm,
person was missing. That daddy was not there, or mommy was not there. But if both
mm,
people were there and they stuck in the mundane things, even though the human is like the one that has deeper emotional connection with the
mm-hmm.
child,
Yeah,
but the
yeah.
father was still there in the mundane things. Let's say, like for example, like now, a mod when a wife or a mother, like when the child is playing, you can't compare it to when she's playing with the dad. If Cax they play with
Mm,
picking now, Cax will throw the
mm,
picking up, catch him. How many men won't try that guy?
mm,
You get that
mm-hmm.
guy? So
Yeah.
all those mundane things, that's where the true connection is built. And I feel like it's very, very important to get. So
Mm,
yeah.
I find it interesting, like how, like, men, some men don't have that emotional, like, attachment to the child. Because for me, guy, I don't know, like, there's just something in me that, bro, this thing that we both created together, man, like, the way, like, my heart will just be, it's just be as if the person comes like a flesh of me and just recreated somebody. And I need that flesh to, like, I need to be touching that flesh to feel that it's still D. That kind of thing. So, like, for me, it's more, I don't know, if I just feel like, I don't know, I don't understand men that don't, like, I know, don't have that kind of emotional connection, like, at that early stage, because it's very strange to me. For me to bet something, me and this person, we did something together and we bet this thing. I'm like, for me, it would be hard for me to even let the child go. Like, in terms of, like, oh, you want to carry the child, or, it's just be very difficult for me, guy, because, guy, it's just a lot of emotions, man. It's just a lot. Like, I mean, personally, I'm looking forward to this, man, because, guy, I feel cry that day of the picking way picking born, say, guy, I
If
feel
you weak,
cry, bro. Ah, because, guy, man,
cry you. You no go cry again.
guy,
Into good part.
I'm telling you, man. But to your point, Sha, like, it's
That's no go.
I mean, I won't
Sorry.
subscribe to it, Sha. Like, you
See,
outcrossing
see,
that
see.
stuff, right? Yeah, go on, Cass.
No, and I said something.
Oh no!
And then,
I say Cax go cry. Cax gas cry now. I cry. Okay.
yeah, so
A normal thing now.
yeah, so you said it all because at this stage, me as a person, I don't think I want to give that out to someone else do for me, no matter the my level of wealth or resources. I want to
Actually,
have that
that's very
experience.
important, Sha.
And,
Good points there.
yeah, because yeah, I want to enjoy that
Yeah.
memory. If I ever have my way, so I won't call my parents come and do home girl self the first year of the child this year. Well, my mom see if you get hypertension, so I have to call her. But if I have my way, I won't call anybody. So the first year of being the child, I want to do it alone and see how I was like. Because when your parents are with you, it's good. it's good to have a brain. You die this table. They want to stress you. Tell you, go and do your work. My body told you more, those kind of things, and you kind of miss out on some kind. Okay, let me talk for myself. Let me speak for myself as the only son there now. That kind of thing now. Most people don't want me to go training straight. So don't worry. My wife told you more, and my wife herself, she wants to pamper my wife and give her some easy and soft landing. But I would like to experience that thing, but that's how it goes.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I'm not a fan of you giving that house or outsourcing that house to nanny. I don't know all those 19, so I'm not really I'm not really fan of it. Because I mean picking I get too. And actually, because we don't know God keep us alive. We don't know how busy we might be in 10 years time. That today you might be in China, tomorrow you fly go Morocco, go close one thing or that. So you know how busy our schedule might be. But
yeah.
So
no, regardless, I feel like regardless, we would always need help. So that help can come in form of like a church.
Church,
family.
My kids. So as they go older, yes, I feel outsourced to. I feel being in a nanny, okay, or you stay with them when their mother at work. And if I'm still in Leeds and my sister is still living in their house where they're still at the moment, that was not a problem. I always go to their auntie's house and chill. So we're all talking based on our current situation, we are just building everything around the current situation, but I don't know where the future can take me to. But currently, if I'm still in Leeds and my kids grew up in Leeds, I don't think I'll need a nanny for them. Because weekends, they can go and chill at the artist's place. I go and pick them at night. Yeah.
Facts. Well said. I like the point of when family mother comes during that early stage and then trying to deny you of that this thing. That's a good point. I'll keep that in mind for that time.
I think when Banky was talking, I think I want to say be present and have sense. Not just be present, not just like physically just be there. Yes,
I think sense is assumed in my.
You would be surprised. You would be very surprised because there's some people that think that in terms of the dad's job. Okay, I can hold the baby for like 10 minutes. And I'm like, no, it's deeper than that. It's deeper than that. You kind of really have to, as a woman, I'll tell you that in terms of the craziest I've ever felt mentally, it was after, when I was pregnant, after having a baby, and that sleep deprivation. Oh my gosh.
Almost the sleep deprivation.
It was, and Asha, our first son, had this thing where, I think he was a few weeks old. And he would wake up, like he did this for like over a week. He would wake up at like 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock in the morning, like clockwork. And he would just start screaming. I was about to call 999 and be like, I don't know what to do. Yeah. What do I do? And I obviously got to the point where like 12 o'clock, I'd be so tired. But I'm like, he's going to wake up. So I wouldn't sleep. So I ended up getting to this cycle of, I was scared to sleep. And when we did come back to Nigeria, Captain had to like go for training. And I didn't have a nanny. My mom was still like in London. So it was me and this creature, this new creature, like just in the house. And I don't have like a housemaid. So I'm just like, what do I do now? Yeah. And I got to a point where I was so scared to sleep because I was like, I'm so tired that if I sleep, I might sleep for like a whole week.
Yeah.
So I remember my sister just happened to be around and she came to see me and I just literally just gave her the baby and I just crashed.
Yeah.
How long were you out for?
I don't even know. I just said, here you go. I just said, food, everything. I just need to sleep. So I think it's very important to have somebody there that knows, what to do. And then somebody that's also like, you know what, go go and get your hair done.
Yeah.
Go and do this. Go and do, because honestly, like a big shout out to my friend Bola for dragging me out and just making sure like, I got dressed and we did something, because you don't have time. You don't have time to get all of these things done. So to have like, partner or somebody around you that's going to be like, I've got this. Go and do this. Go and do that. Go and do something that will make you feel good. That's so important.
Yeah.
Can I share something?
Okay.
So, and just on this topic of like losing yourself in the process of having kids. So when we went, I was doing my master's, and I had already decided to do my master's, and then we got pregnant. We got pregnant with baby number 2. So we were in the States. I was doing my master's. I was doing a fellowship on Capitol Hill, and then we were birthing a newborn.
Whoa!
And we had no nanny, no house help, no nothing. So after the baby got there, I was on such an intense schedule, and my wife was as well, because it was just the two of us. So I would, be in class or whatever, at my fellowship, and then I would come home, and because I've been gone for so many hours, I would then take over the kids. And don't forget, we have Zaya, who also needs to be engaged with, and just give her some hours to rest. And I remember one time I looked, how your Fitbit tells you like your steps and your sleep, and my sleep said, it gave me like an alarm, and it said you are averaging an hour 52 minutes of sleep a night. I was so tired that I was getting into class, and I was just like, I wouldn't even know, my head would just go down. And I remember one day I missed a deadline for a paper because I was just trying to do everything. And I see this now. And I remember my teacher sent me an email, and he said, Mr. Wellington, you missed the deadline for this paper. As you know, this is 20-something% of your grade. Let me know when you plan to turn it in. And I just had to. At that point, I was just like, sir, this is where I am.
This is my story.
I'm struggling with this, that, and I'm trying to keep it all together, and I'm struggling. And one of the kindest things that anybody has ever done for us, the man said I should come and see him after class the next day. And he said, hey, we'll extend the deadline for your paper. He said, but also I can sense that you and your wife need a day. He said, so me and my daughter, mind you, this guy was in Clinton's cabinet. He's like, those people they've reached the heights of public policy. They're now just teaching for fun. He said, me and my daughter are coming. We're going to take over your kids for a day.
Oh, wow.
He said, I'm going to give you $200 for your date. You and your wife just go out and do something. I said, sir, no, we don't need it. He said, no. He said, I've been there when it's like the sleep deprivation, because it's a torture tactic.
Yes, it is. Yes.
That's how they get terrorists to talk. Yes. They don't keep you awake for 3-4 days. Before you know it, you're delirious. Yeah. He's like, you guys need a day. So he came with his daughter. They took over the 2 kids from us. We went to the movies, went bowling, and it was just like we could just breathe and be like, you know what? We're in this thing together. We're going to be okay. And his whole thing to me was, when you get to the point where you see another young couple in this position, do the same thing for somebody else. And it was
that is
there was actually something that you just said. There's something that you just said there that I think is so incredibly important when you're dealing with.
You said?
That's what they say. Marry one that has sense. Some women they'll tell you no.
No for what?
Tell you no. That how can we go and stay with another person kids?
Oh, like how can someone stay with our kids, or what's that?
Like how can like just say like Banky said, like the lecturer said you should do it, so that people.
Oh, that's a good point, Fisher.
Uh,
But like, what made them feel comfortable that nothing will go wrong?
There must have been some sort of like how about shady wine? There must have been some sort of connection now.
Yeah.
I don't know. You can't steal my children. I mean.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I didn't even think about that, like, until you just mentioned it, because he has shared this story before on one podcast. So like, but I'd never even thought about like, the dangers of like, just giving your child just about anybody and there's something going wrong. Before you know, traumatic experience from there. So
like a situation where there's like a husband and wife and you're in this together. You're absolutely once you actually agree, and once it's not like, okay, it's your job to look after the kids, and I'm just, once you say, look, we're in this together, I think it makes it much easier, because this just reminded me of like our second son, and he was born during COVID. So we were
pandemic babies.
So we were stuck over there, and then I just remember I didn't even know how we were going to figure things out because it was early COVID times.
Yeah.
So everybody, like nobody knew what was going to happen. So I was obviously having, our second baby, and our first son, chairman, was with Captain, and I was like, I think we kind of just agreed.
Yeah.
As long as he eats, as long as he's running around, he's fine.
Yeah.
So there'll be times that I'd come out of the room, obviously, after looking, after the baby, and he showered, but his clothes are wrinkled.
Yeah.
And, and I'm like, he had cereal.
He's alive.
He had breakfast. Thank God. He's running around. He's okay. Thank God.
Yeah.
So I think at that point, we kind of just said, it's me and you.
Yeah.
Because my mom obviously couldn't come. My sisters who would normally, help us, who had helped us, with our first child, they couldn't come because obviously there was,
lockdown.
There was COVID, lockdown. Yeah. So it was just two of us, and we're just like, okay, it's two of us against these two.
We got to figure it out.
So we're going to figure it out.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So when you were saying that, and I remember what I said about Lola earlier, going back to work 2 weeks after giving birth. But yeah, you have a system where they are trying to help you take time off, even if it's just for a day. And I want to come to both of you now, to you. I mean, you've worked, I don't know if the media space is male dominated, but work in Nigeria generally,
it is.
At least on the level of hosting events, for example, I want to know, I think men have sort of held that space for a while. I was speaking at an event recently where if it's a man and a woman hosting, if I'm co-hosting with anybody that's female, I'm automatically the host and she's the co-host. The woman is always the add-on in the description of things. If something is going wrong on the show, they come to me to brief her or whatever.
I think we've had a couple of times.
Yeah, we've done that a few times.
Yeah.
So I guess my question is handling, like I mentioned about Lolo, how women exist in this space, right? But you both have risen in both your fields, got into the pinnacle of your careers, done things that a lot of people haven't been able to do while still looking good doing it. Because you weren't looking like you were going through it, if you know what I mean. You don't think you were. No,
there were times.
But we didn't see
There were times.
You know what I mean? So it was like, you see, it looked like you had things together. Not even about motherhood now, just as a woman, navigating these spaces where it feels like,
well, this guy,
a lot of men take things for granted, but we don't necessarily know what you guys went through to either be at par, even surpass your male counterparts and all of that. Was it as easy as it looked, or was it as hard as some people say?
Absolutely not. I'm super duper excited for the generation that is coming after us, because I think that we have paid the price for a lot of things that they're enjoying today. Because as you rightfully said, be it media, music, the entertainment industry, is a male...
Sorry, I always say music is the worst.
I swear, male-dominated field. I worked on a radio station where even in marketing, right, I was on the most important show of the day, which is the morning show, right? Marketers will come. You know how things, you have a show flow, but at some point, some things will be needed, added, this, and they will walk straight to the guy. With me there. I say, this just came in. The client has something. And one day I had to stop one of them to say, I might chop liver. I don't understand. If he says yes and I say no, it's not going to go. No,
because it was your show, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's not good. It's both our shows,
okay,
right? But we have to agree.
We have to agree with both of us.
You understand? I'm not here to say, and then it happens several times. And that's why I would always be grateful for guys like you, like Basket Mouth, because I remember one time I was hosting a gig in Abuja. Basket Mouth was the co-host. I've been there for 2 days, 3 days rehearsing. He flew in 2 hours before the show, and he's backstage, and they're coming to meet him. And Basket Mouth said, "My guy, I don't know what's in there. No, talk, like if you know, talk to them, you're on your own. No. Me, I'm just here to add support. I know several times you've also done that for me. So there are men who have also helped to, champion our voices, to say this is not right. But I look at the girls in the field today, they have it easier than we did. Then you're trying to negotiate to get paid a certain amount of money. They are begging the guy, let's say you're saying, "Oh, please pay me 15 million naira." They'll look you in the face and say, "The client does not have budget. What do you need the money for?" But they are begging Ebuka to just manage 15 million. Do you see the difference in the conversation? When Ebuka said, "I beg, bros, just manage." But you is like, this is all the client has. So if you can't even get this.
If we start
Girl.
If we start, we're gonna be here. But I just want to actually give you a huge shout out because we've had like a few conversations and you've done the whole motherhood thing fantastically well. Like I was in my mind, I was like, she's gonna take a break. Toke did not take no break. Toke is out there.
That pass is expensive.
Toke is doing this, and I remember when I came to see you, and I was just like, take a breath. And she's like, oh no, I need to look this, and I was just like, you know what? I respect that hustle. Yeah. I respect the hustle because it is not easy. Because like I said, mentally, you're trying to get yourself straight. And then your body has changed. Your body has changed. And you're just...
I always wonder, like, all these shows, maybe not this particular podcast, but like, maybe like all those shows where they bring like, they're always bringing popular people. I always wonder, did they pay those people? Is there a chance that they paid them? Like, for example, now in this setting, do you think that they paid Toke? Because obviously I know they didn't pay them because it looks like they have like that relationship. Do they usually pay them?
No, I don't think they do.
I feel it's kind of relationship. Someone will charge you if you are not close. Probably like say now I'll be popular figure now. Person where I feel for group, we don't know the talk. I say person like come here, call me now. You pay money. You are not guys. Caleb will come here. I might do 50 for Caleb, but chat Caleb, okay, buy for my car. I'll come.
Actually, sure.
So some will charge me, prepare the relationship. You know, your guy, alpha, or my guy, I need you for my podcast. When we be free, I'm free in 2 weeks' time. Okay, in 2 weeks' time, then go run, then be my guest. But no, hook me up a day. So I feel it's based on relationship.
Yeah. So would you say like Sharon Sharp? What's his name? Is it Sharon Sharp?
Sharon Sharp.
Yeah, that is podcast, right? So would you say like he pays some of those supposed to be there?
Some of them I want to come there to say their mind. I feel so. What that Shannon Sharp? What it does is, I might be wrong, so start to be corrected. So, but what I feel it does is, it looks for most of the people that he has vetted over the years, like people that maybe they've been in a controversy like weeks or some kind of controversy. It brings them on to talk, and so I think some of them even need the cloud. So some of them might pay, and most might not pay because some of them need that cloud, like that Keith Williams now. I think that's one of his.
Yeah, that's the person that came to my mind actually.
Yeah, that's highest view he's ever had on his podcast, and he made a lot of money from that podcast. That he bought a Rolex watch from what he made from that. Yeah, he bought a Rolex watch. So I feel some of them, that kind of Cat Williams himself, now one controversial guy, that one can pay to come because that had a lot of things to say. Because he spoke about Kanye. This short comedian Kevin Hart.
Yeah, Kevin Hart. Yeah,
he spoke about a lot of things. So some will charge, some might not charge. So it all depends on the relationship and what everybody start to gain from the parole.
Yeah. Yeah, I see. Makes sense.
Later in the future, we will know.
Good point. Actually.
Like, whoa. So I always think about the women that in terms of getting back to being close to where they were before they had babies, it takes a while. Like, do you know that, I've read about some women like losing their eyesight. Someone, I didn't even know you could your voice could change, just different
my
things.
hair thinned out, which I told you. People thought that I cut my hair for fun. I didn't cut my hair for fun. My hair thinned out.
That was my hair fell out, and then it took a while for my nose to get back. my makeup party will contour. I'll be like, this will be contour more. Yeah, it took a while. So
I don't remember how Cynthia used to fight me. This gym thing you mentioned. Okay. When she's pregnant, I'm just like, oh yeah, I'll see you later. I'm getting abs. She's like, are you okay? Are you sensitive at all? To my situation? Sorry.
I felt like it was important for me to put on sympathy weights. So I got a lot.
That's your story.
Let's go with that. Yeah. What's one thing that you think that men don't understand about women?
Everything.
Oh wow, okay.
Everything.
Pick one or two and tell us about that.
I don't start.
What do you wish men understood?
What's
see, guy, I think best within the next 10 minutes, she should talk about Yahoo Boy. The next 30 minutes, Yahoo Boy will come up for there. That guy, a very dumb woman. Right on.
But it's not that hard. And if you just communicate it to her and just like women are very transparent about what they want and what they need. They might not necessarily say it, but if you're with someone for a period of time.
So you want us to be mind readers?
No, I'm not saying mind readers, right? I'm saying that it doesn't take much for a woman to let a man know what she wants. In my opinion, women need 3 basic things I can think about right now, right? Mm-hmm. I think women need to feel safe. Security is at the top of the very list, at the top of the list.
You might need to break that down for people that don't know.
Girl, preacher, I thank God I have you here. I feel like, this whole men are from Mars and women are from this is literally exactly as it sounds. A woman just needs to feel secure, appreciated, and feel heard. You know what I mean? And sometimes it's like you're hitting a brick wall. We don't want to feel like we're repeating ourselves over and 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 over again. And then when we do, they say we nag. And it's like, bro,
if you heard the first
time, we wouldn't be in this repeat myself. And then we hear them. Funny enough, a woman we study our men quickly.
We hear what's not being said as well.
But then for us, just come on, just.
So here's the thing.
Are you guys? Why is Banky looking scared?
No.
Pause this thing. First line. We study your men quickly. I beg now. Which one be this one?
You are man. I don't know why now. Maybe the camp now. They do online. Maybe the camp.
Wait, she said they study their men clean.
Let's continue. I feel so rude. Continue.
You said something there now. You repeat yourself, blah, blah, blah. There's also many times where women expect you to know something when they insinuate it. Right. Now, this is me speaking.
That's what I said.
Yes.
But before you land, let me just say, before she expects you, she has told you. You probably wasn't listening. She has said it one time, you didn't hear. Now she will start.
You weren't paying attention.
How about maybe she's insinuated it a lot and thought she said it, or expected me to understand.
So you all agree that she insinuated a lot.
So that's insinuation is not directly speaking. Devil's advocate, more than open me for trouble.
Listen, most times,
here's the difference. What I'm saying. Most times, a guy wants something. He's going to tell you, "Please, can you move that?"
So do women do. True. And I think women do.
Okay, so Ebuka, let me break this down, right? We walk past. Wait, I know it's your show. You can have it back in a second. We walk past, right? I'm with somebody. We walk past. There's like a florist shop or whatever. We walk past. I'm like, oh my gosh, those flowers are so beautiful. Oh my gosh, the roses are this and that. You cannot use your sense to understand that she might want
flowers.
Okay, let me give you an example.
1 second, let me talk with this guy.
Finish flowers.
So why can you not use your sense?
Have you ever said, "Oh, I really like flowers"? That's the difference. A man will tell you more. I like flower.
Have I not shown you by looking? We pass this.
Maybe you like the shop, not the flower.
And I comment on the flowers.
Ebuka is committed to misunderstanding.
But I wonder if a woman says that when she's passing through it, she might not necessarily want to buy it, right?
I feel like the first thing as a guy is understanding that sometimes when a woman says something, might not be what she means. Like you have to understand how. Like you have to understand it sometimes. Like sometimes when a woman says something, she means it. And then when she says something, she doesn't really mean it. It's just
but one thing that the woman, that's the most important thing. That woman, you says this that you must follow. Translate like when it comes to snacks, you tell you saying, well, no push her down. Where your trouser move.
Okay. I was reading
17 years.
there's something I don't say because I mean it's public, but I was reading a book. A woman said she wanted something, but objectively it was not much what she meant. The guy did what she was saying, and she ended up getting angry. So you guy, thin line, see the way of the superior man. Make una go read that book. You know that I don't. Okay, that cards go soon break my head because I never. The way of the superior man. Make una go read that book. I did tell you.
You never mean to do that stuff now.
I can't go to chop my head. I go down for you. I go send you this. See, the way of the superior man. Make una go read that book. You see that author. He dive deep. See, again, one chapter of the book is how to know your woman. Like he just dive deep into. You can read that book. I'm serious. If you read that book, it will help you to know the way women, the way they think, the way like he also said that don't marry your type. And there are different type of women for different emotions of a woman for you as a man in different seasons. You get just know how to deal with it. But actually, she can't read the book, that's what I'm saying.
Don't do this now. If we buy your type 6 months, not the court. Because if you're a cool-headed guy, how much you gonna marry a crazy person that will want you mad? Well, I don't feel it's two cool-headed people if they together. It would be boring. No?
I hope your babe not they cool-headed.
One. It works now. If it works for them.
Toby, hope your babe not they cool-headed. Sorry, they mute.
I hope she is.
One of them is show them gas the high because now the girl I'm currently kind of in period. Yeah, bro, that's
I'm going to this card. I'm going to send you 3 books. You have to read those books first. Not even start. You need to read those books. The first one is how to study a woman. You read that book, you read them. Then if you will I'll send 3 books. 3 books. When I don't read those
make your first your mind. If you are using my way to the bones character to look at me, you've gotten it all wrong. Never start from there. Has to be Natobi and Caleb. You see, we are using you went to the bones to the judgment. Yeah. Far behind.
But yeah, man. I did happy for you. Now we get babes. I did happy for now. Not that single boys like.
But you get girlfriend now.
Me, I don't want to be girlfriend.
The one where you want to go see that, because you want to see your babe.
I beg that one don't. What to do? Receive a jolly.
Bad boy.
I actually thought it was a serious this time.
Nah, you see me. The way I did, I think I see the person I am today. I know how hard to work on myself to get to where I am today. So it was me before. If I'm trying to if I like someone and just trying to talk to the person, and I feel like the person's not giving me 100%. I'm normally I'm supposed to like push. But I just came to realize that you have a tank as a man to give out. When you give out love to someone, when you give out love to a lady, our feminine energy is what replenishes that tank. So imagine you're giving out love. There's no feminine energy. Your tank, it's just like it is stand. Boss day your front, then enter boss. They wait for boats. Boats no come, boss go. You miss boat, you miss boss. Do you get to me? So,
make us something before we continue. You say you won't give me 3 books. What make you say you won't give those 3 books? What was the opinion you had about me.
It's not an opinion or something. I go still give you 3 books to. But I don't feel like any guy should read that book. Like, it's just help you. You get like the same way that it's not when something's broken that you go to a therapist now. No be when your house spoil, you go do renovation now. Abi?
I agree, sure.
So, yeah.
Basically.
Make you hear Toke. Toke won't slander me like this. Tear them apart.
No. Let me stand for my guy.
If you don't take your time, we'll scatter this place.
Misunderstanding what she just said.
Wait. Let me paint a picture.
Okay.
So,
and I know where you guys live. So,
please, I don't feel safe, Ebuka. You didn't tell me that this is what I was coming to.
Anthony means it too.
I mean it too.
Let me paint a picture and let me try and use something that I think it might be an example. So, with men, more often than not, men consider themselves fixers, right? So, if you bring an example.
Is it just me or these tables don't break? Because I've been looking at the not design.
Allegedly. If you don't break, now 2-way streets.
They see on the legs for this place.
Now 2-way street.
No break.
My charger.
Let me paint a picture and let me try and use something that I think it might be an example. So, with men, more often than not, men consider themselves fixers, right? So, if you bring a problem, my natural instinct is to say, there's a problem here. What's the solution? How do I solve it? We have to learn that sometimes women don't want the problem solved. They just want you to be there.
So how do we know that one?
And that is... It's a dance, right? Because I don't know if you want me
is this the fixing one now, or the one or the listening one?
And especially early on in our marriage, it was like I kept getting like, when I run to fix it, like, I didn't say you should go and call. I said, okay. Then when you don't fix it, it's like, but you didn't even do it. I understand. Okay. So let me land. So it got to the point where Susu and I, because, God bless our marriage, like we've had to work on some of these things. I don't even know where I heard this or came up with this. I was like, do you want a solution or do you want a hug? And I would ask her so she can tell me plainly, I just want you to give me a hug and be there for me, or I want you to spring into action. And I think that's like an example of something where women expect you to intuitively know what she's getting at. Whereas with a man, it's like, you got to tell me what, if I'm going to jump into arms and then you say, no, I didn't tell you to, or I'm not going to do anything because the last time you told me, no. And then you're now like, oh, you're just going to see, you didn't even try. And I'm just like, dog,
but you did something very important there. You actually asked. Yeah. And I think that's where communication can be like a little bit messed up. I think you can ask, like, if it's like, hey, oh my gosh, there's this person at work. Oh my goodness, we're always fighting. This person did this.
So we're going to fight the person now.
Do you want to hug?
Do we need to brush anybody?
Then your response is, do you want a hug? Do you want ice cream? Do you want a glass of wine? Or should we do a drive-by?
Also, just to add to it, I think that what you said is so crucial, but I also think it's how it plays out that really, people forget that how part. Yes. Because I can definitely relate with what you're saying. There are certain times that I'm talking to my partner, right? And I just need a friend. I'm not looking for critical. I'm not looking for critical analysis, right? I just want a bitch and just be like, yo, this bitch got me fucked up. And I don't need you to tell me, babe, calm down. Okay, what do you want? No, calm down. It's literally triggering my trauma. Listen, just listen to me. And then guess what? In another couple of hours, when I've let it all out, you can come back and be like, babe, that thing wasn't that deep. I won't be so hard on you because in that moment I realized that at least he listened to me. I think it's how these conversations are had, right? Sometimes your partner wants a friend. And we check that with you guys. When my man is complaining to me about something, I don't sit there and be like, you should have known better, or you should have done this.
You should have known better.
It's your job as a partner to hate that person in that moment. In that moment, you understand?
that's something that you see, that dance and that thing line you're talking about, guy. That line can be so. When the thing is happening, right? You almost don't even know like it's happening, right? So you see this thing with this guy just talking about how that when she said she's sharing a gist about her workplace, maybe her workplace person, and how that this person did this whatever blah blah blah. And let's say truly in that story, you find ways that wait, your wife is actually at fault. Maybe that particular moment.
You know, go talk. If not, you find
Yeah,
trouble.
but that's the thing. I used to be that person that would just say it. That will just try to find. No, I may not say it directly, but I will make you feel like, wait, are you not saying, or my posture would tell you that you said you fuck up for ye. That kind of listen. So that thing usually will now become conflict. It will from just the way concern you. No be me cause the problem. Now me now don't de don't become part of part of
Yeah,
you.
so me,
So, so I'm learning
okay.
something now that to be an accomplice in that moment, and also then later on I can now say, oh, this thing you shared with me, honestly to God, like I feel like this is where you could have also done better. That kind of thing. I mean, that's something that I'm definitely going to.
My married man. So me, what I think is, I feel like sometimes you should be able to distinguish when a woman wants an advice and when she just wants to rant. Like
Mm,
so I mean I've had a call like from a female friend where she just called me. A guy like first 10 minutes she just did rant like I just kept quiet. Like even when she was doing, I just kept quiet.
mm,
She's like, you won't say anything. I'm like, nah, it's fine. I was like, it's fine. Just everything's going to be fine. And so later she now called me. I'm like, thank you so much. I need that. Oh, imagine like now I started advising them. So you just need to know when you need to keep quiet
mm,
and you know you need to talk, right?
mm,
And also like
mm,
I feel like when a lady is talking to you, like when she's ranting to you, like take for example, let's like now man you and leads the plea. My wife come back from work, she come the rant to me. At that point in time, in as much as I love Manchester United since I've been a young man, my wife is
mm,
more important than Manchester United in
mm,
that particular
mm,
time. Because women they love when they're telling you about something and you're giving it, even if it's rubbish, even if they're at fault, just give them that attention. I did serious. Make your marriage no go split. I did serious. You get, but I feel like that thing about correcting that Toby said is a very very important. Like it's more about it's not just correcting her. It's more about correcting the act and correcting in love. You get, and it's not correct. I
mm,
don't feel. I feel like one of the reasons why most men don't listen to their husbands is that their husbands don't know the right time to correct them. You don't correct a woman when she's in the midst of what you accuse her of doing.
mm,
You get, so let's say a woman now go do something or talk to somebody, and you don't come correct her when she's in that thing. You come here correct her when the environment is calm, and you correct her in love. You get, so
mm.
that's what I
Yeah.
think,
So
Sha.
I relate to that part where she said the house, yeah. I feel like myself, I've fallen short in like that area a couple of times. Like it's always in that moment where I want to do my own. And
Oh,
with
then
age now, with age and all these things, people I'm listening to, bro, like there's certain things I'm learning that more, I can't always, if I've tried it in one way and it's not working, how about I try a different approach, that kind of thing. So yeah, it's just something that I definitely keep in mind for when that time comes to. Yeah, Cass, feel like you
relationship
want to
men.
talk something, Cass.
Hmm?
You gonna say something?
You're not too much. You have said everything that no fit agree with woman when the tension they high.
Mm,
But if she was that was 2022. Get one lady that year, we man on paro. So she was living with her sister. Her sister husband they give her coffee. So now she
mm,
go she go break the coffee, go
hmm,
party. And the
hmm.
other start blast her. And she
Uh-uh.
come, that is all she called me. I haven't did church self. So let's start the cry. Ah, I mean, I don't tell her so Benny, this your you
Gags,
see your
Gags
husband
say,
maybe
Gags say, you show that to lean on, really.
say it.
Cax, no, Cax na shoulder to lean on.
I say, you show that to lean
Uh,
on.
so the girl The girl shall come, start they cry, say, I still husband, they insult her, they blast her, this and that.
What's he gonna tell him?
I, initially, at first, I told her, I first, I'm not gonna lie, I started with correcting her. Or what was say she want the power, they want to transfer the anger to me. According to her, I just find a way to switch it because I'm good at all those switching things. I try find a way to switch the old talk, say, I start husband the fuck up. Maybe I try you start she try find a way to twist the old talk to I say according to her, is it that your husband I say about true because the way it sounds about the act that time, say that's like the girl so. But the way the girl they talk about star husband, the way they do to her, let's say maybe the man get eye on the girl, but a very fine girl. The girl this cypress like this, so
I go the eye your sister husband. Which kind of date be that one?
no, I say the star husband, let's say they
like
hide the
how the
younger
sister
son.
husband, like how you go the eye your sister or
So
wife sister?
I wish I was able to change everything from me trying to correct us when tension was cool. Like the next day, so she called me. I said blah 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 blah. I said, I she spoken to her star husband. He said yes, that we spoke about they've not really settled. I can't tell her some more. It's his house. His house is rules. You don't have any interest than to comply to you. Have money to get your own space. So just try to talk to him and you guys reach a compromise on the best time that will fit both parties. And the country is not safe, so you can't be going out at odd hours, you're going to party and stuff. If anything happen to you, it's be on your sister's husband. She understood where I'm coming from. I said, that you're right, but he didn't say it to me this way that I was telling her. He said everybody have a different way of passing messages. So
yeah. But do you think he didn't actually say it the way she wanted it to? Do you feel that way?
the way she said it, because I was not there, so I don't know how she said it. But the way she sounded was like, okay, I think the guy gave her coffee to like, she said she wanted to go for a party. She has told the guy since Monday or Tuesday. She's having a party on Saturday. It's an overnight party. And I realized the guy said she can go. And the day of the party came. And I said no, she cannot go. So, but the girl still left. She went for the party. She left. She was out for like 2 days or so. So, I went to go and see her. We just chill out and everything was
Show
nice.
that to lean on. Show that to lean on. Show that to lean on. Show that to lean on.
Well,
Lean on
the
me.
man
You know
really
that lean
appreciates
on
that too.
You know that lean on me song. You know that lean on me song where they sing lean on me. Nah, Cox gone. Cox sing that song.
But the man for
What you talk to me?
appreciated it like mad.
I appreciate that now.
Yeah,
We don't even talk again like this. So that's funny. I said.
You see life.
Ẹ̀gbọ́n,
You see life.
ẹ̀gbọ́n Dàmọ́lá.
How far? The girl what they build me. Block her number.
I know. I know now why you run. I know. I know something now why you run.
Your father. Go be your father. That's why I did try my best not to date broke girl, bro. And I thank God I'm lucky not to date a broke girl, so I don't know how to
Wait,
give girl money.
This a broke girl.
No, I've never in my life dating a girl that doesn't have a job that cannot take care of her basic needs. I've never in my life.
Yeah, it's not a good thing.
No, I've never, and I will never. I'm not saying I won't take care of my woman. I'm sure for sure. Or flex we go chill. Or say the send me charge card. I want to buy pads. I want to buy all those big. Are you saying? Just take care of your basic needs. You want me to say you come, you want to buy an extra pad, you want to buy are you fucked up or are you mad? It's fucking irritating now, guy. So we'll just thank God. Why but they get so then what else in the world? They get both girls by the side. Okay, Alpha, you come show we know we did. When I see the word. Yeah. But now we're Christ now.
Oh, thank God. Thank God for
God has
thank God for taking us out of that fees, bro.
Yeah, bro. Now like this, now one woman, one guy.
I tell you.
That's how man.
And like I told you, no good they use to wear to the bones eye, they because with the cash close for the that's not the real meal. But I don't think nonsense. That one, that's me. I don't think rubbish. That one I mean. Or any other thing. Now vibe with the cash for there.
Maybe I go soon go sleep. Maybe I know go
Yeah, no.
news, but I used to go sleep around 1.
Okay,
Yeah.
up like 80 minutes.
I think later on, Ebuka, I might think it, right?
When it's time, just
It's the how. I hear him out, and it took therapy to get me here.
So I know I'm joking around and everything, yeah, but we're saying the same thing here now. So these are things that you're still expecting us to know without it expressly being said.
Do you want a manual?
You're ranting.
Do you want a manual?
So men are not conditioned to rant. And I say conditioned because of how we're brought up, right? Yeah. You fix things or you be a man.
Or you just...
So when you're suddenly in a relationship in your mid-20s or whatever it is, or in a marriage where you're now around someone who says, I just want to vent. But they don't say, I just want to vent. They are not venting. You are not sure what to do with that particular situation. No, that's what I'm saying. But it took him now getting better.
It took me time.
My point is, from a lot of, before you get to that asking to know what is, okay, how do I handle this one? Now, the first instinct is to
fix the problem.
I'll give you a classic example.
And that causes more friction sometimes.
Yeah, it Cynthia, does. Who I watched an interview just admit recently.
Cynthia, as in Ebuka's wife.
Ebuka can be the guy that will just chop the nonsense, chop the insult. I don't even know it was insulted, but she's boiling.
Yes.
And we have many women who not to mess with a man. He might be calm, but I know this bitch will fly off a hanger if you come for that guy. So, but I'm sure in the moment when he's telling her, this happened, she's not about to be like, hey, so what did you say? Or what did you do? Which I find so men, I don't need it. Don't be.
By the way,
we had that conversation earlier.
Tell me, that happened. Wow. Wait, can I say
we're talking about this?
You trying to tell your man to one of your little girlfriends?
We're talking about how women carry the matter. I was like, okay, I didn't know. I'm now apologizing for a fight that she has bought straight. I'm not like, okay, sorry for that person.
Can I say, am I allowed to say the captain's actually behind this? But so he, right now, and I don't know why, but he doesn't always tell me stuff. Like if somebody
because you would fly off the hand.
Shall I be honest with you? A lot of husbands are that way. That's another thing I actually think I wanted to ask you now. Okay. Because you find, and it's something my wife tells me a lot, you know, when there's certain things that happen and she says this thing you said, that's not your friend. And women tend to do that. They're like, if someone can treat you this way or someone can do something like this.
Yep.
Guys are more like, it's okay. Do you agree with that? Do you think men are honest enough with each other? Do you think we give enough or we give too much grace? Or is it even grace?
I think that you got China opinion from the because Captain wants to put something.
This person, that's not your friend. Yeah. I'm sorry. So and she's not stand on that business. Yeah. I'm not the one trying to be the wedge of my own friendship.
So I think men and women treat friendships differently. So guys can have friends.
Can I have some more ice? Sorry.
Yes.
Sorry, Mr. W. Didn't mean to cut you.
So guys can have friends that you maybe you just play football together.
Yeah.
In fact, some guys are friends that they don't even know their real name. But they boss, my bro, broski, brotherly, you know, and you see each other week in, week out. You might even be in the same WhatsApp group. But there's a compartment for this friendship, and it's very surface level. Matter of fact, most guys don't have.
You want to go for church Sunday? Me and the guy they rap. To be honest, I don't know that guy's name. What I know is me and the guy connection. I just go my chief boss. Guys,
yes, maybe one or two, like less than 5 people that you say this is my friend who we actually have a deep relationship with. So most guys have more friends and less deep relationships, whereas women may have less. Well, maybe I'm speaking for my own marriage, but women may have less friends but deeper relationships, which is why when 2 women fight, I feel like it's like the world.
Hold on. Let's just
It's like the world is about to come, like, because it's
a seismic shift.
It's a seismic shift. Whereas a guy will just be like, guy, I don't like that thing where you talk or something, and you just find a way to compartmentalize it and move on.
Do you really?
Really,
I
what's
think in
that?
most cases, though, I think so.
I find that well, a lot of guys I know have a lot of surface level friendships.
That's what I said,
and that's but I also find that you're really, really, really good friends when there's like an issue, when there's like a something's happened. Yes, you don't always know how to communicate it.
I think guys don't like rocking. They don't like rocking the boat. Guys don't like to rock the boat.
So I think I've said too much. I was about to say something, but I think I'm going to get in trouble.
So then you used to leave the room. Captain, you used to leave the room.
What did Jose Mourinho say? What did he say?
If I speak?
If I speak. I will say it if one of you guys will give me a couch to sleep on when this comes out.
I can't so. No, it's not yet.
People will sort yourselves out.
She won't throw the man under the bus. She come in and say, now they pay provide for me.
Uzi we see nobody feel would Uzi mouth. Imagine if Uzi talk that kind of thing.
You know, that against Chelsea, Leicester. I can't remember the games. Like that, Chelsea, Leicester play. They beat us for that game now. that game. They beat us for that game now.
Okay, now when he went back to Chelsea,
now, second time after Ferguson retirement.
Okay,
they beat them for that 2-0 for that game.
You believe?
real funny. That guy. Now very cheap, now very funny guy, I tell you.
but now, you see what she said about men having surface level friendship, and Ebuka said that men sometimes don't want to be in that up and down drama, so that why they always quickly try the end beef. So sometimes you get go fight.
Yeah.
I don't go talk too much. Just like, I know that camp. Sorry. And you won't know if it's a genuine sorry. Just sorry. Yeah, that continues.
Yeah. True. True.
So
it's very
before
cool.
My just kind of thing say, but me, I'll tell you, going you focus is what you do. I beg no job again. I just set boundaries and stuff. But I'm very close friend. We were friends for like 15 years. 2011 until last month. So
Affliction.
Waiting happen until the last month. Waiting happen.
No, we're very good friends now, but as the other person in the friendship, I just did okay. No, somebody join, but that's my fuck that shit. He needs to. So I just gave him a dose of his poison I've made. So what did they call him? I just okay. Yeah, I'm doing this bullshit. Let me just say, nobody has the monopoly of pettiness. I can be petty too. I just gave him a dose. Then Baba sent message like full salmon 19 to my phone. Blocked him. I didn't reply him. I said, get the fuck out my phone. Don't never text me again. So yeah. It was my guy. Yeah, it was my guy. My blood, but nah.
So you block your blood. You're not a man. How you block your blood?
We're very close guy. Even this was if my mama yes, the fight like this, my mama would change for me say, we share it.
But the funny thing is that you guys can still come back together. That's just the funny thing.
I say you don't know me. No, I just say no. You say me. If I tell you I'm done. Anyway, I say no. I don't go back there and say yes again. Anyway, I say no. I'm not going back to go and say yes.
When Cock say yes, nobody can say no.
No, man. No, over the years now, we don't get fight. Now, nobody say it has been up smooth and this thing.
No more.
I'll say no more. I'll start doing the bigger person. Let himself knows how to take responsibility for his bullshit, and I'll say, you know what? I'm going to say that person itself is in Yankee. I doing it to my cousin Yankee. They had issues too. He felt like my cousin too. So then we didn't break up because of my cousins. In my cousin drama, nobody that one cousin fight. So I just put him on the test. Like just how far you used to do this thing. let me do it for you one time. Let me see let me see your shock absorber if it's strong. Baba food. Because we be friends, he knows me, he knows what I can do. He knows when I say no, I'm not going back there. Maybe we'll come back, I don't know, but for now, we're not coming back, and everybody's doing fine. What's up?
Obviously, I've watched Banky and Captain's friendship for a while, and there are times that I've kind of had to like kind of step in, because I can see that there's something there that hasn't been dealt with. And am I allowed to say this?
Yeah.
Okay.
I already said it.
Wait, are you gonna edit it now? Okay, Let me shut up.
Finish
it. Girl, you started it.
Okay, but
we your ground, we did your side. Nothing they happen.
But I obviously realized that this friendship is important to both of you.
Yeah.
I mean, Banky's like the first wife.
Second, there are some things you can do for him I can never do.
I love it.
I've kind of had to step in, and I remember making sure that you guys did bro dates.
Yeah.
Remember when I was like, you guys have to do
there
bro
was
dates?
a moment,
Or there was a time when I would cook and send food to the office and be like, okay, this is just for you guys. You guys just sit down and talk and eat the food and everything.
So,
yes.
Sorry to cut you in there, and I liked that you did that. Because you noticed that the friendship was important, so then because there was friction. If Captain did that for you and a friend you had beef with, how would you take it?
Depends on what the bitch did. But if it's one
It's a
of
lot
mine,
of beef flying around.
I'm joking. So I
Because
think
that's the difference now. Women are like,
It depends.
Now, the guy is listening to it. Now, let me say something. The guy is listening to it. It's like,
ask me a question now. Let me
is
answer.
it this situation that is this deep?
Yeah.
But it
And
depends.
the woman does not.
It depends on who. Captain should know if
The person and the situation.
The person that if we had a rift,
Okay,
he literally should go to their house and be like, what happened? What's that? How we do? He should know the people that he would need to intervene.
But this leads us back to what we were saying before,
Yes.
because in a certain situation, even if it's, let's say it's somebody that's like, you're tight, and Captain goes to this person's house to say, come, you people need to talk about XYZ, you might get upset at Captain for going to address something that you do not want him to address.
I think it depends, and I'm on her side.
Yeah,
I feel
I would.
You'll be on her side.
No, because honestly, I hear you, because it's important, right? The way she would set up bro dates, she knew what you guys, or knows what you guys mean to each other. And as a man who is in my life, we talk to our men, so you know the friends that are like sisters, that if there's a fight, my man can jump on the phone and do a 3-way call. Even if I don't want to talk, I'll have to respect the fact that, okay, he's trying, because he knows that person means well for me. He knows that friendship is good for me, and he wants, most times when the guys don't even like the friendship, they're happy people are not even talking, because they're like, finally, I beg, let her just go. So if he can do that, so if he can do that, then
wait. No, I mean, like, if because you don't like some of Cynthia's friends.
I'm sure there's always
Plead the fifth.
Cynthia, you don't like some of your friends.
I want to ask you, because you
Plead the fifth too. Plead the fifth too.
See, I tell you, I give you one tip. We dey pray on that bus like this. Just laugh, no answer. If you talk yes, you go.
Hey.
You will cry.
Okay, now if you don't like some of your wife friends, what you go tell them? You tell them when you stop being friends with them.
No, so the thing is, I feel like with female friendships, right? I feel like sometimes female friendships are dynamic. Yeah, like you get sometimes you see your wife go to lose her touch in your relationship, but our friends go. If our friends like you, say better guy, now them go even like pattern up, like just because of that friendship she get with them. Now it's go even make her okay. This guy is a great guy, that kind of thing. So you cannot downplay. I understand that. Oh, like if you get my friends, you see their head look correct, so you see some their way of life not tally with you they do. But you get reason why she pick them as friends, no be your own friends. Happy and your wife friend. You get that kind of thing. So I feel like if there are things that you don't really like in our friends, I feel like you could just spot it in passing. But I don't think it should be like something you should like say, okay, because of this, bam, you're discarding this person, right? I feel like I just say it in passing. You get, if your wife is matured, she would take initiative. I know that this is a bad trait from this friend. and maybe I need to detach a bit, I need to be friends from this person with arms length. That's why I say it's very, 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 very important to date someone that is matured, because if you date someone that's immature, you're not gonna tell my boyfriend hates you, my boyfriend hates you, but someone that is mature, she's like, what this guy said is true. What I can see that she has done this, she should not be able to tell it. I'm like, okay, this is how I deal with this person from arm's length, from arm's length, from arm's length. Do you get? You guys get? So that maturity is very, very important for the babe side. Very, very, very important. So
Yeah, so like what I just said a few minutes ago now, I say I and someone fell out like friendship of a long time. If you're in that kind of position, what will you do?
As the wife?
No wife. I said that I and my friend fell out. I was after a long after years of being friends.
I don't know. It depends on Okay, because when you asked the question, I thought you were asking like, oh, like as a wife in the picture or something like that happens, like a friendship breaks, what will you do? But let's just see. Okay, you're asking, okay, if I'm that person, I just think that it depends on how the thing like ended, I guess. And then also there's also a period of, like, you also have to let time do its thing, to be honest. Sometimes
time
there's
heals.
sometimes there's nothing you can really do per se, but just allow time for something to just play out.
Yeah,
Because
so I like I said, the guy is in my blood for life. But I still say he's one kind of person that he doesn't like taking responsibilities, and whenever he fucks up, he's ready to tell you, don't say me, I'll tell you, it's a guy, you fuck up, this is
and
what you did, you don't try it
you
again.
told him, right?
No, hold on, no. He's kind of person that when he fucks up, you just disappear, you just ghost. He doesn't know how to tackle issues like Gaffa. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm fucked up. You just disappear, ghost for like if he goes for like a month, will not come back, can't say, yeah, I'm sorry for this and that. Like, so so I just I just okay, then Gbesume, no, he said, have a taste of your this thing.
Okay,
Come back.
I see what you're saying. But I feel like he might actually finally get like the message with time. Like this time we don't know the talk like this now. I feel like if he's someone that reflects well enough, like he should have taken the time to look at, analyze the thing and say, you know what? Yeah, this guy was actually waiting this guy talk, like, there's truth there. And how can I now as a person do better, basically? So I feel like if truly, he has responsibilities and all of these things. Like he should take the time, this particular time now that you guys are not talking, to like look at where me say if I miss him, and then if there's the chance that you guys get back together, like time, you unblock each other. You should start from status. Maybe you see your status, one day you just reply, you jump on call from there. And then on the call, you can now start, you can talk about it and be like, the guy can now, even from the way you sound, say, problem B has actually reflected on this thing and is willing to at least make some adjustment.
The
And
thing is, for adventure will come back, so the friendship cannot be like before.
Then I come back. Now
yeah,
babe.
I mean, we've seen situations where people come back and it's even better, but it just depends on like the person, like the reason why, like you said the guy is always ghosting whenever he does something, right? Like let's say something happens again in the future, right? And he handles it better than we have normally. And you said you notice that the way this guy handles this time is different. You appreciate it, right?
It's not about that because me as a person, I
Yeah.
move where I move fast away from people. Like if I call person or even if I get to stop talking today, 2 days or 3 days, but I've moved on. I know the cry over spilled milk, milk dump for alpha. What's the next thing? Let us clean it.
Iggy.
I just gonna buy
Iggy.
another one. And I know
Iggy
the
cacks.
You say the extend grace to people now. You say
Abba,
I
if you
just tell
God
you
do
grace,
them, oh,
but
yeah, extend grace to you. You know I extend grace to people.
me
Abba.
say I over the past, I had a very, 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 very grateful person. No, now.
They don't throw your grace on your face. Now I gonna say never,
So I am
never,
I
never.
move on.
But I
I
feel
move on
like,
fast, like bro.
yeah,
It's stuff, like bro.
I feel like, I feel like most of the times, like most of the times, like when it comes to like friendship, especially like we guys, or it's like I feel like sometimes don't like having like the tough conversations. I know like, oh, your babe vex you. You won't tell us, say, come. If you try that thing again, I could change out for your papa. But if your guy vex you, like, I mean, it's only like logical for you to sit your guy down and have talk to him about it, like a man to a man, right? Like,
Yeah.
I feel like there's no sense in you like holding it, right? I feel like being able to have uncomfortable conversations is what even makes you a man, like a guy. Because there's some guys that they'll keep like I was like that before. Like there was a time when I was in university, one of my guys did something that pained me. Yeah, I held that thing from university till I haven't forgotten when we spoke about it. But like this doesn't make me a man. I'm masking my my emotions. I'm suppressing my emotions because of somebody because I don't want to make this person feel like oh why you guy with the vex or this kind of thing. But I feel like that ability to be able to have tough conversations like oh Toby you mess up oh I don't like what you do blah 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 this and that.
That's
I
the
mean
problem.
even
Some guys just have to communicate. They have very poor communication skill.
I agree. I know toxic. That one are normal. Okay. You get even the one time where we say RCCB person talk some I be like say I talk some person gonna talk something I can't reply him. The guy even shook me enter my DM and say Alpha I beg no vex I beg I can't talk say and I was actually angry at the point in time but just seeing him like just knowing that emotional intelligence that oh this thing where I talk no make sense I guess enter this guy DM talk I just forgive him. So like even next time, like if he says something, I'm not like my defensive mechanism doesn't kick up. I say you be this kind of person because he's already come to my DM to apologize. So you see that thing that's
Yeah.
capability that's to have direct conversation actually helps. Do I understand that when you extend hand of grace, like people must have stabbed you, people must have done a lot of things. But I keep on telling people that you don't say because you have done something for one person, and person didn't repair or treated you, but that doesn't mean like you should not do it. Like everybody's going to be the same. Have you had the direct conversation with him and he said, oh, he's not going to change? And even if he says he's not going to change, just let him be. Like, yeah, I feel like once I don't tell person, say, see, to be life is not hard. Once I don't tell you, say, how far? I don't like what you do, and you do them again. Fool me once, I'm a fool. Fool me twice. Fool me. I've already talk that into be. Help me. Fool me once. Fool me once, you are the fool. Fool me twice, you are the fool. Fool me thrice, I'm the fool. So if you get so just wrap it up. You get so that's
But
what me I just feel.
my where I have like a little pushback is so what happens when somebody like they acknowledge that oh they are wrong about something, right? Like you said, this fool me once, I mean fool me twice, this thing. What if the
Mm-hmm.
person
I go find that concept.
you get you and the person see this thing the person doesn't know how to change, right? Because it's maybe it's not used to it's not something that he's used to. Like it's something that he just figured that he has a problem in. Say for example, communication. And both of you don't identify, oh, okay, I don't know how to communicate, right? But how do I know how? Right? And something happens again. Maybe he has apologized for his bad communication that led to your conflicts. Then another time something comes up again, and this guy, the same thing he apologized for, he did do him again, right? But he actually wants to change, he just doesn't know how to, right? And he's actually very sorry about it. Like the person is actually very, very, very sorry about it,
Mm-hmm.
but doesn't know how to change. So where's the place for managing something that cannot change? Like managing a particular person's flow that cannot be changed. Because they are really
Yeah.
that one, that's the thing. Like there's certain things that some people cannot just change, right? So where is the place for understanding that oh this person can actually change? How about I just manage it? How about we just manage it, right? Because
Yeah.
all of us we have those things, right? Like so is there some and I'm sure there are people in our lives that are managing some of these our flows too, right? That cannot change. So how do we give that kind of same or how do we understand that? Oh, this person is particularly saying I can manage this one, and this one I cut off. That kind of reason. Like, is
Yeah,
it?
I feel like um when someone so you as a we are logical beings as human beings. Like we have logic, especially guys. So
Mm,
take for example now, like Cax now. This guy has messed up. Mm. Now let's say
mm,
like now he wakes up randomly and like, oh Cax, I'm sorry, blah 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 blah. Forgiveness is a normal thing. I always advocate to forgive, right? So Cax, I'll tell
mm,
Cax, I'll forgive this guy. But reintegrating him back into your life is a very, very conscious and well thought of decision by you.
mm,
If you have
mm,
seen patterns with this person and you're sure that this pattern will see, 20 friends cannot play for 20 years. So if you have seen patterns and you're like, if you have seen patterns, I'm like, this person, like, I'm not see the moment you can even second guess integrating somebody after you're forgiving the person, just let them be.
The
Like
moment you can.
the moment you are forgiving someone and you're second guessing integrating them into your life, just let them be. There's no need for you to stand and say, like, so the fact that you can second guess it means that you don't trust that person, so just let them be. It doesn't change
Mm,
anything. You guys are still guys,
mhm,
but just that
yeah,
vital information
Yes,
will not be reaching that person.
like
You get.
but the trust
like
can
you
still be
said,
built, like over time.
me as a person, forgiveness is not a hard thing for me to do. But that integration, that one will just be will turn will just be like we'll still be guys, but that's kind of best friend vibe that I had because don't have any friend in Yankee. That me days they call. Your wife said like those are it's not with his wife. That much in the photo talk. And when this whole thing happened, so the wife reached out to me, blah 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 blah. That what's up? I don't know. Tell your husband to call me. And the guy call my DM. They say me and the phone and wife chat. Then in wife then tell me what she tell her. He
It's a
come to
very
me come.
different person live chats.
Ah,
Why
The
do you
wife
put
the wife
person
know
live
my guy.
chats?
So two of us
I,
with the chat very well. So we're just his normal childish attitude. So we're just playing up. Not today. I have his wife number. So then give me wife number. So but anyways now
mm,
if God say a
yeah,
friendship
yeah,
is
yeah,
today.
yeah,
Me, I'm not. I
yeah,
don't have any bad blood to him
yeah,
because
mm,
we've been together too thick and thin. So I don't have
yeah,
any bad blood towards him. I don't have any hate towards him. But
yeah.
life
I
continues.
like the fact that I like the fact that you brought God into it because it seemed like that was where this conversation was leading towards. Because there's so many certain things that are very complex that we cannot even understand. That is beyond like our own understanding. That not to just leave and for God.
And what this guy said, say 20 kids cannot pay for 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
Life is like buzz. Everybody drop at
Yeah.
that bus stop. So
Yeah.
everybody drop at the bus stop in your life.
I
And
100%.
someone enter,
100.
someone will drop, someone will enter, someone will drop. So
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm, I'm straight.
Yeah. I wish to you the very best. And if it's going to
I hope
happen, it's going
so.
to happen. If it's not, so be it.
I'm good.
Cracks, forgive
Yeah,
and
he has
fight your friend
forgiven. He
back.
said he has forgiven the girl now.
I have to be told no, na me. Not the audience for anybody. If you fuck up, I'll tell you straight and ends there. The day you say wiki, I can't just tell this guy, I don't like this thing. Don't say it again. And yeah, and it ends there. So that's me. I know the if this one I don't like, I'll tell you straight. I don't like this thing. If I tell you to do something, I keep doing it, I will curse you. You know, I was telling Larry, he keep doing that. Say me, I like to the rage bait. I told him stop saying this thing. He keeps saying
Like
this,
he
and I
likes
gave
likes
him.
to do what?
He said me, I like to the rage bait people for the group.
Irritate.
I like to the rage bait. I like to the rage
Okay,
bait
okay,
people.
okay.
I told you to stop saying that bullshit. I keep saying it, and I ignored him. So even that went to the bone server, I was to come out that place.
That place is a lab of life.
Yeah, I'm not gonna join the place.
Laboratory.
So kind things won't happen. You see?
Will not be you, Jerry.
Okay, so kind package you just go on for the way.
That Igbo, they always make me like. How do you guys? Are you so conscious of someone's mistake? Like,
is that the one that is a very jobless guy?
Why that they attack? Are you bring your degree? You they attack. Bring your degree. Make we see your degree. Bring your ticket. Bring it. I need keep quiet. Bring your degree.
Larry asks you, are you gainfully employed? He said, are you gainfully employed? That's in pain I've died.
Oh man, that those guys in that group, man, they're a different breed. Different breed, man. Yeah.
People say everybody there for cruise, but sometimes people just assume they're that kind of person. So,
it's what it is. Yeah. At this point, do you want to wrap it up?
If you go now, I will continue. I'll be sure you won't go sleep today.
No.
I mean, me go sleep. I need to go work.
I need to go, but I think I could just. Okay, I did junction. So it was nice hanging with you guys. This is one.
Yes, sir.
Okay, go find sleep.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I will still wake up by 6 a.m. for devotion.
I
see 5 hours.
I beg you, sleep.
Yeah, no, and boys, take care.
All right, now, yeah. No, lead.
You have male friends and female friends who are really close with you, and so
on your commodity recording.
There's one time they said you had done a traditional wedding, and they were like, "Oh no, that's her male best friend or whatever it is." There's Timisa, there's all of these people. They also have your girls. There's also been some breakups that we don't know. People just wonder, we don't really see them together anymore. What happened?
If you don't see me with the bitch, it means we're not together. Okay, it's done.
But I also hear a lot of women sometimes say I prefer male friendships because it's easier to handle. Do you believe that? And how do you navigate both sides?
I think at this point in my life where I'm at, I would say the female friends that I have, the few good people in my life, I would pick over any type of male friendships. They all bring different things. I'm so happy I have male best friends because they will tell you as it is. If I call my guy friend and I'm crying over a guy, he's not as emotionally wise as my female friend would be. Like, listen, Farouk is just going to be like, okay, well, let me just tell you something. He's playing your ass. Like, it's tough to accept, but he's told me from a guy's perspective, this guy is not the one. And every time I have not listened to him, I've had to pay dearly. And when it's not going down, he will say things that I told you, even if you've cut him off 10. But you see, there are things, women are nurturers, right? We don't lie to ourselves, but we understand because we've been on this side of the coin. A guy hasn't had his heart broken the way a female. You probably have, but it's different. I'm saying no. You guys have experienced heartbreak, but how we deal with this is completely different. I don't know how guys deal with heartbreak. I'm not a guy. I can't speak on that.
Guys just keep it in and punish the next girl.
Or the next 20.
So my female friends, for instance, have that perspective. If I call Toolz, for instance, I say she would listen and she can talk to me because she knows what I'm feeling. My guy friends don't. Sometimes like, geez, it's not liposuction. Why are you still sad? Why are you crying? And I'm like, I'm sad. Like, so I would just be like, hey, so you sad. He didn't do you like that. Like, the fuck? Like, what do you mean? So I'm grateful for both, but where I am right now in my life, my female friends and my sisterhood, I will be nowhere.
But the female friendships last long.
They do.
So, some of them.
Because there's a perception that they don't. And what is the definition of long? Do you have
a question? A specific question in that. Your 3 closest friends, how long have you known them?
I'm the wrong person. Maybe you should have asked that. Because
no.
Boy, I'll be changing friends.
Exactly. That's the point.
No. But those ones were not my true friends. It took me a while before I learned. No, it was my fault.
Okay.
I'm saying that some people got it quickly, right? I, for the longest, would wear my heart on my sleeve, and I just thought, I just really just wanted to have so many people around me. It had to do with trauma that I also experienced as a child. You know what I mean? And losing both parents and just wanting to just have this family and hold on to people even when their time have expired. I had to go through the furnace to come on the other side to say, my friends are my sisters. So if I don't have friends other than my blood sisters, right? Everybody you see, my sisters are the ones I tell everything. So I have friends that you see me that I've known for 20 years. It doesn't mean that we are bosom like that. Close, we hang out.
It helps that you have sisters.
But my sisters, I feel like God knew what he was doing when he gave us sisters.
I mean, it's not the rule, because, I mean, my wife's, some of her closest friends are like her secondary school people, and they've been friends since then. But
same with Susu,
I tend to find that male friendship, maybe that's why they say surface, because we don't confront things. So we just kind of
you don't.
For 50 years, we'll still watch ball together, abuse each other.
Then we but what I find interesting about male friendships, I have to say this, is you guys are so keen to say women don't like each other, women are catty, they fight. The kind of shady shit you guys do to yourselves as males.
Like
you guys
I mean like guys in general, like when you hear friendship fallout with females, guys are quick to say they are women now, of course they will fight. But I've heard things that men have done. They've gone to sideline their friend in a deal. I've had a guy talk down on, you know how you're looking for a contract and the person that is standing against you is your best friend. You guys do the worst things to you. It's just that women talk about it. I'm not saying in your friendship. I'm saying that the general term out there is that women. The general term out there is that women don't get along. It's because when we fall out, it's emotional, we're loud and we speak. But just to buttress what Toolz is saying, that you guys skip through a lot of things. You guys do nasty things to them, to yourselves too, as men.
But in terms of what you said, I don't always buy that when, it's only when women fall out, that's when it's like an emotional thing. If you think about all the different wars in this world,
have been started by men?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because of, so I don't like that. No, it's not that. A bit too timely. But
I don't even think that's us. I think it's the notion that in general, men always are quick to say, no be woman. When they hear women fall out, it's always like, it was almost expected. Women will always fight. Women can't keep it together for a long time. I feel like men just swallow it.
Do you know the craziest thing? It was when I moved to Nigeria that I actually really realized that men gossip way more than women.
Thank you.
And so I was just like, Ebuka,
we like gist.
Ebuka,
see, we have to be in tune.
Let me tell you something. Let me
tell you. For research.
Gossip. See, men like I'm a boy.
Oh, wow.
Now, true. Now, she don't like gist. They don't say that. For that gist, you need to finish the wine.
Now, Uno like gist. I just feel like it's a general thing for anybody to like gist. Like, I don't think it's a that's that we always talk see women like gist and so. Everybody like gist too.
When I like gist, even that's like this. Now, Alpha, can't tell you, my sister, I'll call her that Alpha. If you men just like this, I'll call her that say Alpha.
Everybody like you.
You are coming for afternoon. I have something to tell you. That I you. I go.
You know, like
just.
This kid.
Because of what I do. I work in media.
That is the. But I'll let you. I'll let it slide.
Men gossip more than women do. I have a question for the men.
Am I on the bed?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because my back.
Pillow.
Huh?
I see pillow.
I tell
Can
you.
I ask this? Yes, of course.
Why are you guys like this?
That's my own major question. When I was coming.
Hold on. Pause. Are you going to work tomorrow?
Tomorrow, no. I need to go work. Why do you ask?
We'll join that one. We'll continue tomorrow.
If you do one tomorrow.
I make you reach 240.
Actually, I was even
You say what?
I just remember that you're in the same